and they
Oh,
have their own little like coin stock going on. I think that's called of the NFTs. Artists are doing like this coin or like I don't know what NFT is, but like I'm hearing artists make millions because they're doing these packages with these coins that like, hey, you get this coin, you get their album, you get front row seats when COVID ends, like all these different packages that come with these type of NFTs. I don't even know if
it's
I'm using the right terminology,
I
but
got you. Hold on.
what is an NFT? Let's go with
So
that.
we got my boy looking it up right now. So NFTs stand for
Mhm.
non-fungible tokens. Right? All it
Okay.
is an item that's digitally that someone has the ownership of that sells it to a specific person, and there's it's tracked by a specific serial number. So let's just say because you're hearing about artists, right? You're hearing the Tory Lanez that did like
Right.
a three song album that made over 600,000. I don't know how much exactly how much he made. Don't quote me on the specific numbers, but made a
Right.
crazy amount of number for 3 songs. You're hearing LeBron James moments of a 5 second clip go for
Right.
250,000. So all is just think of it as um something in the physical, but it's something okay. Think of it as a memorabilia that is digital, that you own, nobody else can duplicate. And it's backed by the blockchain technology as well too. So that's all NFTs is. It's just another form of cryptocurrency or another form in the cryptocurrency sector in the cryptocurrency. And yeah, you're getting things like NBA Top Shot, pick it up. NBA pick it up. NBA has been a
Right.
revolutionary company that, you know, it was the first to go down with COVID, right? In terms of like stopping it. Like it's always ahead of the game. And shout out to Adam Silver as well, to the commissioner. He knows exactly what he's
Mhm.
doing, but they're always proactive and being very innovative. But NBA Top Shot essentially is like a 5 second. Think of it like a player card. We know people used to collect cards, an online player card that people are making money, and literally the nerds are the people who are controlling the world. I'm gonna be honest with you, they're the richest people in the world, right? They literally, I guess that's what it's a kid. That's what they call yourself nerds, but they're the smartest
Mhm.
people in this world because they literally they're collecting these items and they're selling it back on this marketplace.
Yeah.
So that's all NFTs are, is buying these memorabilias online and flipping it back onto the marketplace. That's kind of the use case for it. Some people want to collect it for long term. Um, and I don't know if you guys remember Pokemon cards and all that type of stuff. Like
Oh
they're
yeah.
having these physical, or not physical, virtual Pokemon that you're able to buy, or these Batman action figures, and then you could put it into your virtual environment. So like I'll turn my camera on. I don't know if you guys seen some VR technology where you're able to, move your camera and you own these specific digital items that nobody else has, or probably a limited supply that they have. And again, supply and demand is what pushes price. So if they're making only 5, let's say Pikachu's, and you have one, I have one, Zakia has one, and my boy here has one, right? That
Mhm.
means there's one out there in the market. That person's probably going to sell it for 100,000 because there's only
Oh
so
my
much left.
goodness.
Yeah.
So it's just
Wow.
another form to make money as an investor and a fun way to get involved into the market. And I truly believe NFTs is going to allow cryptocurrency to be more accessible for the average person because they're going to want to own things that are digital, right? It sounds weird, but it's I want to call it a fad, but it's a trend that's picking up really, really fast.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, like that's one thing I've been looking for. It's gone to the point that hey, I tried to register for NBA
They won't
Top
even allow
Shot,
you.
like
Yep.
wouldn't even allow me.
It would.
I
Yep.
kept like there's
Wow.
a waiting list to get stuff, there's a waiting list to sign up. And in my head, the things I think about is like if people are doing digital footage for like a layup package, I'm only can imagine how much it would be for Kawhi's game-winning shot against Philly.
When that drops,
Yeah.
oh my gosh! I was just talking to my boy about that as well too. But
Mm,
unfortunately, it's in the beta phase. Or actually, unfortunately, it's in the beta phase, so it hasn't even been
right.
released to the full public yet. So once it
Mm,
reaches the full public, yes, you'll get involved, you get a credit account. But unfortunately, the price is gonna go up. So I was
woo,
fortunate enough to create an account. It's all about access to information and the people who they say you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. But anyways,
right.
we got the access to that. We are able to create an account. Like I kid you not, I bought a package for $14. Within
Mm,
24 hours, every single moment that was in the package, I think I got about 5 to 6 packages out of the $14 that I spent. It may not sound like a
woo,
lot, but it went up to like $300.
Oh.
That's the
mm,
quick. That was over 700% in less than 24 hours. My boy got a rare pack, spent $200. That $200 is 3K, right? He
right.
could probably sell
Wow.
one of the moments in his packages for well over 20K, and you only spend $200. So this is why it's important to know when it comes to investing, you know, how to get access to this information, because it really can turn you into somebody who's not doing much to somebody who can create a lot of income, or just have something that's very valuable that can resell it. Like, so to talk about another point real quick on NFTs, there's an artist called Beeple, right? He's a digital artist that makes things online. He sold an item of his collectibles for $69 million for something that was digital. Wow. So I want you to understand, like, the way how we're buying things now is now changing. But we need to, as a culture, start to shift our mindset of how we purchase things that are going to make us money in the future, right? So that's all it is. NFTs, you don't want to think of it as a memorabilia or something that you can have digitally. But, you know, it's still emerging. It's still very, very new. But you're hearing, for me, I follow the trends. You're hearing the billionaires talk about it. The Gary V's, I don't know if you know Gary V, marketer, crazy marketer. He's always ahead of the trends, right? You know, he talks about TikTok before it blew up. He talks about Instagram, YouTube, all that type of stuff. You got the Mark Cubans, right? Owner of Dallas Mavericks, right? Multi-billionaire. Talk about NFTs. So when I hear billionaires talk about this stuff, it's like, why isn't everybody on it, right? But it's lack of information and lack of know how to get involved into these things. So yeah, I'm glad you at least know about it. You're still ahead of the game. I'm gonna be honest. Most of
I'm trying to be informed. I've been watching a couple of my boys. They were on it from time, and they were talking about it. But you know, when things just go in the group chat, you're just like, I don't pay no mind because I'm, you know, working, whatever. And then finally, I sit down and I start listening to these things. I'm like, oh wow, this is a real thing. And then you're hearing podcasts and different things talk about it. I'm like, okay, like, I think now that they're talking about it, maybe I'm too late. You know what I mean? Because like everybody's knowing.
You're not too late, man. I think that's the biggest misconception we all have, is thinking we're too late for a lot of different things. Right now, people still think I'm too late for Bitcoin. Again, once it hits $1 million in the future, who knows? Your kids are gonna be like, yo, you didn't buy Bitcoin when it's 70K. You didn't buy it under 100,000. So it's like, things are perspective if you understand the value of it. Because last year, I'm not gonna lie, I only got involved into the cryptocurrency space heavy as of last year. But last year, my boy was saying, yo, Shaq, yo, get Bitcoin. Anything under 10K is a steal. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about, bro? This is 10K a coin. This is a lot of money. And he told me, yo, listen, expensive is subjective. If you see the value, you're gonna understand where it's gonna go. And then when Christmas Day hit, when it was 25K, Boxing Day hit 26K, then the following day 27 and 28. I'm like, I see exactly what he's talking about now. Expensive is subjective if you don't understand the value of it. So right now it's still new. NFTs still, you know, it's popping right now. A lot of people are hearing it, but you're looking at the screen right now. That item of a whole bunch of collectible, that's sold for $69 million.
$69 million, yeah.
That are going to be selling online for a specific amount of price. So if you're able to get in for a cheaper price, let's say, I don't know, $100 may sound like a lot, but your $100 of this item that's only 5 items could be worth 100,000. Now your whole situation changes. Now you're gonna look at your job and be like, yo, I literally bought some online and made more than I made in 2 years. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's all about perspective, and this is what we talked about beginning the call, is like how you look at money, because money is just a vehicle, right? So it's just like, you gotta find things that you can get involved in that you value. You gotta have a vision for what you want. You don't always have to know the how, but it won't happen. You know what I mean? So start to think a lot faster. Biggest advice for anybody on this call listening in.
Okay. Now I'm gonna, because stocks was a thing I've heard about here and there. I've heard about Bitcoin in the past, and I heard about NFT. Another thing I've heard about is foreign exchange.